Individual oxygen masks will drop automatically from the panel above your head. If this happens, remain seated. Pull down firmly on the mask to start the flow.
Switch for the bunch, please. Switch for the bunch.
What is going on up there? Oh my god. What is happening? Yes, I have some experience. Anyone else?
Are you a pilot or have any flying experience?
I do have some experience, yes, so I might be able to. Over here, yeah.
Okay, you sir, please come with me.
Yeah, I'll just get unbuckled here. And excuse me, ma'am. Sorry. Just excuse me. Excuse me. Coming through. Sorry, coming through. Excuse me. Excuse me.
As you can see, it is a real mess.
Oh my god, yeah. I can see he's knocked out. What has happened?
Apparently our captain for some reason turned on the first officer.
Oh,
But he's
okay.
retained now. What are you going to do?
Well, if you try to comfort the first officer, tell me if he wakes up, and please make sure that the captain is retained. I do have some experience operating this type of aircraft, so I might be able to help. I think the first thing we'll do, it looks like we're in stable flight here, we're on cruise, I think. So the first thing I'm going to do is to contact ground control, ATC, and we'll take it from there. Let me know if the FO wakes up ASAP, and please keep
We'll do
asking
that.
around if there's anyone else on board with any flying experience. And I might need one of you to help me in the cockpit. So yeah.
Okay, we will do our best, sir.
Okay. So first things first, we need to get the seat out here.
We
So
can
we
help
just
you
need
with
to pull the seat out, and I'll see if I can. Maybe I can just jump into it by jumping over the pedestal. It's going to be a tight fit. So if you just make sure that I don't knock over any buttons while doing so, it's
Okay.
really crammed up here. Okay, one leg down, and the other leg sliding down on the yoke now. Okay, so I'm seated. Let's have a look-see here. So, darn it. I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have the password for his tablet, and the first officer isn't active either. Guess it won't help much since I don't know how to use that tablet. Okay, so we have a station tuned. Let me just get the headset on. Get it fitted. Okay, so we are in cruise, and we are on course for Gollum by the looks of it. LNAV and VNAV. We have fuel on board, and so far so good. Does look like a mess after that fight though. And we are over the ocean, yeah. So I'll just call ATC. So there's a button on the yoke here that I'm going to push, and it should allow me to talk. So let's just see what happens. Let me just check. We need to know who we are. Here we go. We are Ryanair 1252. Okay. So here goes. To any controller listening, Mayday, 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 Ryanair 1252 with a message.
Ryanair 1252, Copenhagen Control. Your mayday is recorded at 12:20. Please go ahead.
Copenhagen Control, very good to hear from you. We are currently having a serious situation here. Our captain and first officer are both unavailable. The captain had some sort of meltdown and is restrained in the back, and the first officer is currently unconscious. I am a passenger talking to you now. I do have some experience with the systems on board. I have done a lot of flight simming, some serious flight simming, so I do know how to operate quite a few of the systems here on board, also why I'm able to contact you. I do, however, not have any real-life flying experience or manual handling of this aircraft. So let's just... Can you close the door, please? There's some noise back there. Thank you.
Okay,
So I do not have any knowledge of operating this aircraft other than from simming. So what I hope to be able to do, since there's no one else on board, is to have you guide me via vectoring to the nearest suitable airport and set this aircraft up for an auto land into that airport. And if you could also get another 737 captain or pilot along on the radio, it would be much appreciated. We are currently en route and are stable in flight at flight level 380 inbound Gollum. We have 24 miles to go.
Ryanair 1252, that is all noted.
So I'm going to...
If you're able, please set your squawk to 7700. We're here to assist you and we'll see if we can get a pilot on the radio shortly. Please stand by for a moment and stay on this frequency, please.
We'll stand by on this frequency.
Ryanair 1252, are you able to change frequency to 132.255?
Copenhagen Control, we are able to tune 132. 132.255. Stand by. Mayday Ryanair 1252. 132.255. Copenhagen Control, Mayday Ryanair 1252.
Ryanair 1252, Copenhagen Control, we read you. Are you able to change your heading and perform a left-hand turn, heading 080? That's 080 on the heading and left.
Yes, we are able to turn heading 080 and we will use our heading select. Stand by.
We will stand by and
Okay, so he wants us to turn. So left turn. Oh, not level change, sorry. Heading select. Copenhagen Control, Mayday Ryanair 1252, we are now turning using heading select on 080 and maintaining flight level 380.
Good job. You're doing great so far, sir. We're working on getting a pilot on the radio shortly. In the meantime, could you please tell us how much fuel you have on board if you are able to read the gauge?
Our fuel on board now is 5.2 tons. Thank you.
5.2 tons of fuel on board.
Oh,
Yes,
what a day.
Thank you, sir.
So, okay, so we're over the ocean somewhere. And yeah, so what I'll do now, Copenhagen Control, please stand by. We will. I'll be making a PA here, and so I will not be able to listen or to answer any of your calls as of now. Just please stand by. I will let you know once the PA is done.
We will stand by.
Okay. My fellow passengers, here's a message from the flight deck. Please quiet down and listen. As you are well aware, we have had a situation on board, and both our captain and first officer are currently unavailable and unable to pilot this aircraft. I do have some experience with this particular aircraft, the Boeing 737, and are currently in contact with air traffic controllers in Denmark, and they have given us a vector to turn, so that is why we are currently turning. The aircraft is in a good flying condition and is fully under control as of now. The plan will most likely be to get back to an airport and land as soon as possible. This aircraft is fully able to fly and land using its automation, which we can manipulate here, and we are in contact with ground control, so the situation is well under control and there's no real reason to be alarmed, so please do try to calm down. and do remain seated in your seats with the seatbelt on. The seatbelt sign is on, yeah. So please stay seated and listen to the instructions from the flight crew. I will keep you updated as we get closer to land, and we'll keep you in the loop all the way. Thank you for your cooperation, and we'll talk to you later. Copenhagen Control, Mayday Ryanair 1252. I am back on the frequency and ready to receive instructions.
We have a 737 captain tuning in to help guide you. Are you able to descend to flight level 200 using your level change mode?
Sounds good with the captain coming in on the frequencies to help us. For now, descent flight level 200 at 20,000 feet, and we will use our level change. Stand by. Okay, so he wants us to go down to.
Yes, descend to 20,000 feet using the level change mode. Speed should be at Mach 0.77 for now.
And we'll use level change. The same speed. So. Copenhagen Control, we are now in our descent to flight level 200, and during Mach 77. We will keep an eye on it and update it once we pass flight level 300.
Good. You're doing great, sir. Our plan so far is to bring you back to Denmark.
Okay, so I wonder where we're going. They will most likely keep us in the loop. So far so good. And we're good under pressure, and we will need to have some more instructions, I guess. Fuel is still good. So far so good. So let's see here, we have airports here. Yeah, airports. So this must be Denmark here. Just keep an eye on the speed here and our heading. Fellow passengers, we are descending, and this is a planned descent. We are currently descending to 20,000 feet, so no need to be alarmed. Thank you. No land in sight. There are some clouds coming up.
Ryanair 1252, okay sir. Here's the plan. We're going to bring you back to Denmark to land at the Billund Airport, where we will set you up to do ILS Cat 3 auto land on runway 27. We're currently bringing you down to a lower altitude in preparation for landing. Please do not be alarmed if you see any fighter jets outside. They're there to provide you with assistance and to be our eyes primarily.
Yeah, copy that. So I will repeat. You plan to bring us into Billund and do an auto land there on runway 27, and we are currently in descent, and fighter jets are coming soon.
That is correct. Now, are you able to reduce your speed to 250 knots? Just change it in the speed window on the MCP.
Reduce speed to 250. So he wants us to slow down a bit here. Buying time, I guess.
Now turn left heading 075.
Left 075.
Now, sir, we need to change the routing in the FMC to allow for an approach into Billund Airport. Are you ready and able to set up the FMC and receive instructions?
Okay, yeah. I'm ready to get the new route in.
Go to the route page.
We're on the route page now.
In destination, insert Echo Kilo Bravo.
In destination,
India.
insert Echo Kilo Bravo India. It's here. Inserted and executing.
Good.
We get an insufficient fuel warning.
Just disregard and clear the warning for now.
Okay, we'll clear that.
Now go to route and choose departure arrival page.
Route. Departure arrival.
Choose Echo Kilo Bravo India on arrival and ILS
Bill on
Yankee
arrival
27.
and choose ILS Yankee 27. Stand by. ILS Yankee 27 is now inserted and executing.
Good, you're doing great. Now go to the next page.
We're on the next page now.
Go next page until you see a waypoint called Loxa, Lima, Oscar, Kilo, Sierra, Alpha, and select that.
Line select Loxa,
Now go back and change the current old waypoint with Loxa.
and we will replace the old waypoint Upgas with Loxa. Executing. Route is inserted and active.
Good, good, you're doing just fine.
Hope we don't get any clouds and ice conditions.
On the courses on both sides of the MCP, insert course 264.
On courses, insert 264 on both sides. Stand by. Two 64 is inserted on both sides.
Perfect. Now descend to flight level 150, 15,000 feet.
Descent to flight level 150, 15,000 feet. Stand by. (150) is inserted.
Good, good. Now can you set landing altitude to 250 on the gauge just above the first officer's seat?
Landing altitude 250. Stand by. 250 is inserted.
Do you know how to set the QNH?
Yeah, I can insert QNH.
Good, good. Now insert but don't activate 1032.
1032. Stand by. Okay, so 1032. Just a standby as well. Okay, QNH is inserted, but we are still in standard. Yeah, we can set radio altimeter 50 feet. Stand by. So okay, so we need radio. Feet. Okay, radio altimeter is set to 50 feet. Speed is good. Descent looks good.
Now we need to tune the ILS frequencies. Do you know where the receiver is on the center pedestal?
Yeah, we have multi-mode selected and ILS is currently set on 111.85.
Okay, we need to change that. Can you set 110.70 on both the captain's and first officer's side?
11070, stand by. Okay. 070. Activate. Yeah, I have set the ILS on and it is active now. 110.70. We'll set it on standby. Set it on the FO's side.
And make sure that they are active. They should be on top on both sides.
110.70 set on captain's and FO side, and both are now active.
Good. Now you're almost set up. We will try to bring you further down and give you a long approach. So stand by for approach instructions.
Yeah, I appreciate it that if we could get a long straight in approach.
1,000 to go.
There's Denmark coming into sight. Obviously been over the North Sea.
Okay, now listen. On our instructions only, we will engage LNAV mode, and on our instructions only, engage VNAV mode, with Command A as the active autopilot. Understood?
Okay, on your instructions we'll engage LNAV, and on your instructions we'll engage VNAV with Command A active.
Correct. On our instructions only, set the runway heading 264 in heading select.
On your instructions we'll set runway heading.
On our instructions only, set altitude.
On your instructions we'll set altimeter. Correction, altitude.
On our instructions only, you will arm approach mode.
On your instructions we will arm the approach.
On our instructions, you will engage Command B.
On your instructions we will arm Command B.
Are you able to insert fixed rings in the SMC as well?
Yeah, we can set some distance rings. Stand by.
Okay, insert a 5 mile and a 10 mile ring.
Could you please confirm runway 27?
Yes, runway 27.
Fix. Guess I'll need to. We have our rings in now, and we have some clouds coming up, so I'll turn on the engine anti-ice and start switches to continuous.
That is acknowledged. Use engine anti-ice at your discretion,
To make
please.
sure. We do have some clouds further below us. We are currently out of clouds, but I would like to keep the engine anti-ice on for now, just to make sure that I don't overlook it.
Just keep it on, it's no problem for now.
Let us noted.
Can you set your auto brake to 3?
Okay, auto brake to 3. Auto brake 3 is set. And could you please pause the instructions? I just need to make a PA.
Perfect, yes, we'll hold.
My fellow passengers, here's some news from the flight deck. As you have noted, we have now descended. We are now at 15,000 feet and trying to lose some altitude and some speed. Within a short while you will notice a couple of left turns by the looks of it, and that means that we are setting the aircraft up for a landing into Billund Airport that has the runway and requirements needed to make an automatic landing with this aircraft, something that it is very capable of doing and does every day all around the world, so no need to be worried. The fighter jets that you may be seeing outside your windows are there for our guidance and protection, so we are still in contact with ATC and we are looking good so far, so please remain calm and remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and still be listening to the flight crew. So again, we are going to descend further and make some left turns and come in for a landing, and you will need to brace for that landing. I will get back to you once we are closer to our landing. So far so good. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Okay, Copenhagen Control, we are back and ready for further instructions.
Okay, can you reduce your speed to 240 knots and flight level 100 on the altitude?
Okay, 240 on the speed and 10,000 feet or flight level 100 on the altitude. Okay, it's set and I'll not change from speed mode to level change.
Yes, correct. From speed mode to level change, that is correct.
The routing looks correct. We're still in icing conditions by the looks of it, so okay, so
You're doing really good. You have any questions so far?
no, I don't have any questions so far, so I figure what you want us to do is left turns, right, and then an auto land.
Yes, basically left turns and auto land is correct. We'll help you speed down and call out early flap settings for you, and you do speed check before setting the flaps, okay?
Okay, so you will call out the flaps for us and I'll do a speed check. And there's our headings and we have our flap speeds here. We're over land now, that's for sure. Quite cold outside by the looks of it.
So we just need to make sure you have tuned ILS 110.70 on both sides and both are active and on top.
Yes, it says ILS 110.70. On the FO side it says ILS 110.70. Both are active.
Good, perfect, just making sure.
No worries.
What is your fuel at now, sir?
We are at 4.8 tons.
On the program page, how much fuel are you set to arrive with?
For Echo Kilo Bravo India, Billon, it says 3.9.
3.9 tons. Okay, we have a copy of your load sheet here, so assuming 3.9 tons of fuel and 50.8 tons zero fuel weight, you'll land with 54.7 tons. So go to the approach page and insert 54.7 on the gross weight in the top left corner.
So 54.7, hold on.
1,000 to go.
And
Yes, 54.7, we'll insert it, hold on.
That will give you your reverse speed and make sure it is selected and active in the PFD as well.
Okay, so 54.7 and flaps 30. So it's a rev of 135 knots. It is selected and active. And we'll add 5 knots.
Now
Okay.
reduce your speed to 220 knots and reduce altitude to 6,000 feet, flight level 06, and then level change.
6,000 and 220 knots. knots and flight level 60, 6,000 feet inserted, and now changing from speed to level change.
Now turn left heading 060.
Heading 060.
When you touch down, it is important that you engage the reversers and make sure that the auto throttle has disengaged. You may also need to use a slight bit of pedals on the ground just to keep the aircraft off the runway if you're able.
Yes, correct. Once we touch down, I will engage the thrust reverser and disengage also the auto throttle. And if need be, use the rudder pedals to stay somewhat on the runway, and we'll come to a complete stop on the runway.
Are you able to
turn off the engines
as well?
Yes, I can do that.
Good, perfect. You're doing well, you're doing fine.
Stand by, I'll talk to the passengers. My fellow passengers from the flight deck again, this will be the last message from me while we're airborne. It's some important information regarding our landing. We are coming into a land, as you can see we're descending, we're coming into a land in Billund Airport. We are still need to do a few more turns to get the aircraft aligned, but we will be aligned shortly. It is important that once we touch down, we will come to a complete stop on the runway, and we will stay there, and it is very important that everyone stays seated until otherwise instructed by the flight crew. So please, again, after we have touched down and landed, do remain seated and listen to the instructions from the flight crew. And also please do assume the brace position when instructed so by the flight crew. Thank you. See you on the ground. Bye bye. Copenhagen Control, we are back on the frequency, and cabin is informed to be seated after we have come to a stop. Coming into some clouds here.
How much fuel do you have on board now, and what is your speed, altitude and current heading?
We have 4.7 tons and heading 062 and 220. 220 speed knots, sorry, and passing 7,500 now.
Turn left heading 040.
Left heading 040.
And descend to 5,000 feet.
5,000
Can
feet.
you please read out the numbers now set on the MCP?
So on both courses, captains and FOs, we have 264, 264. On speed we have 220, heading 040, and altitude is 5,000 or flight level 50 set.
Okay, reduce speed to 206 knots.
Okay, reduce to 206 knots. Stand by. Could be better seated, but as long as I can reach the brakes, and that should do us. Won't be touching the yoke, that's for sure.
Please read out the following to us. QNH you have set.
Yes, QNH is currently at standard, and we have set 1032.
Also brake setting.
Auto brake is set to 3.
Minimum.
Radio 50, 50 feet.
VREF speed and landing flap.
303. Also again 30135 on the reference.
Mode active on the MCP.
Command A, currently in level change and heading select.
All good, thank you.
Okay.
Turn left heading 010.
Left heading 010.
Can you make sure that everyone is seated and are secure?
Just a minute. Can you please make sure that everybody is seated with the seatbelts on?
Okay.
I'll get mine on. Okay. So we are at TAT 13. Copenhagen Control, our outside temperature is plus 13 Celsius. Can we turn off the engine anti-ice now?
Yes, you can turn it off for now. There should be no more need for it.
Okay, turning off. Copenhagen Control, can we also turn on our landing lights and runway lights and everything just to light us up?
Yes, turn on the lights. You are clear to land and emergency services are also standing by.
Okay, I have turned on all the lights I can just to make us visible. So we are currently set a bit below our glide slope, but it is catching up.
It is fine. You're looking good so far. Don't worry about that. Now turn left heading 360.
Left 360. Don't like that temperature.
Have you captured the localizer yet?
Negative, we have no localizer active.
Acknowledged. So very shortly we will ask you to engage the LNAV mode.
Okay, we'll stand by on the LNAV.
Engage LNAV now.
Okay, choosing LNAV, stand by. Okay, here goes nothing. And we are turning.
Set runway heading 264.
Runway heading 264, stand by.
Set altitude 2000 on the MCP.
2000 on the altitude, stand by.
So you should be in LNAV, runway heading and altitude 2000,
Yeah,
correct?
we have 2000 set on altitude and heading 264 in the heading. And we are in LNAV now.
Good, now engage VNAV please.
Engaging VNAV, stand by. VNAV is engaged and have speed 240 set.
Okay, just leave it there and let VNAV handle it. You can change altimeters from standard to local QNH now.
Set local QNH, stand by. QNH 1032 is set.
1032 is correct.
No localizer capture yet.
Okay, let us know when you have it.
We have a localizer capture Lima Echo Lima 20 miles out.
Lima Echo Lima is correct, looking good. What is your current speed and altitude, please?
Speed is 236, 235. Speed is reducing now. Altitude 3860.
You can set flaps 1 now.
Flaps 1, stand by. Flaps 1 is set.
What speed do you have now?
Speed is 205 and reducing.
You can set flaps 5 now.
Flaps 5, stand by. Flaps 5 is set.
What is your distance to waypoint Loxa?
We have 3 miles to Loxa.
What is your current speed and VNAV set speed?
170 and reducing down to 166. Speed set by VNAV is 157 now.
Do you have the runway in sight?
Negative, we have no visual of the runway yet.
What is your current heading?
Current heading is 271. We're now turning to runway heading. 3,000 feet.
Okay, good, good. Now arm approach mode.
Arm approach. We have VR lock and glide slope.
Perfect. You can now choose flaps 10.
Flaps 10. Flaps 10 is set.
Acknowledged. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
We have a visual of the airport and runway. 2 reds, 2 whites on the Papis.
If you have glide slope capture, you can now activate Command B. That's the second autopilot.
We're on the glide slope. Activating Command B. Command A and B is active.
$2,500.
So you can extend the landing gear and go flaps 15 now, please.
Okay, gear down and flaps 15.
Also set your engine start switches to continuous.
Engine start switches to continuous.
Set your missed approach to 3,000 feet.
3,000 on the altitude. Okay, we have start switches continuous, we have flaps 15, we have gear down, and we have green on the flaps and green on the gear, auto brake 3, and Command A and B is active, auto land is active, we have missed altitude 3,000 feet, set 264 on all courses and headings, current speed 157.
Okay, set flaps 30 now.
Okay, flaps 30.
In the speed window, you can now set 140 knots and arm the speed brake.
Speed window is active. We'll buck 140. 140 is set on the speed. Cabin crew, brace, brace, brace.
Okay, you're all set. Now be ready on the reverses, the rudder,
Here goes
and
nothing.
autopilot disconnect, and the brakes if you need it.
I'll be ready on the disconnect of the throttle and thrust reversers and the pedals.
Good luck, Ryanair 1252. See you on the ground.
Thank you.
1,000.
Can you tell us what
Glass
is
feet
active on the
stabilized,
PSC
missed
now?
approach altitude set.
We have rollout and glide slope and flare and 900 on radio. Land 3.
Okay, you're all set. the PAPI lights?
I see 2 whites and 2 reds, and it's looking good.
Good, looking good.
Approaching.
No, speed brake is not armed. I will arm it now.
Yes, arm it now, please.
Speed brake is armed.
500. 400. 300. 200.
Oh, a little high.
Approaching minimums. 100.
Very high. Come on,
50
flare, flare,
minimums.
flare, flare.
30. 20. 10.
Using the rudder pedals.
80 knots.
I'll cancel those. I think we made it. I think we made it.
Good job. Please stay on
Okay,
the
I'll do
runway
manual
and stay in the
braking.
aircraft for now. Well done. Emergency services are on
Come
their
to
way.
stop. Parking brake.